So do you need to know how to draw to be a 3D animator? Can I operate the software? Can I use all the tools without knowing how to draw? And the short answer is yes. And there are tons of incredible 3D artists out there who don't actually know how to draw. But there's a reason this video keeps going, and that is because there's another side to this coin. To get there, we need to actually talk about what we're doing when we draw or do some sort of traditional art medium, be that painting or sculpture. And I'm not specifically talking about how to use the pencil, how to hold the paper. What we're doing is exercising a very specific muscle. And that muscle is the muscle we use to observe the world around us and translate it, in this case, onto the page. We're observing the color, the shape, and this is more holistically what we do as artists. Even if we're drawing from our imagination, it starts always from our observation of the world around us. Even if it's a made-up creature, its proportions are going to be based on creatures that you see in real life and then adjust. If there are textures that are made up, you're going to have observed them somewhere in nature, and you're of course making adjustments to them, but you're starting from a place of observing the real world. And the better that we get at observing the real world, the better our artwork is. And this applies to all sorts of mediums, whether it be to physical sculpture, abstract painting, because we're observing things about the world, whether it be color, whether it be shape, whether it be movement, music. We're taking those things in like a sponge, and then we're making art out of it. So does this muscle that you're working, does that apply to 3D animation? And the answer is yes. When I build things on the computer, whether I'm making something stylized or something more hyper-real, it's always going to be better if it starts from a place of observation. So do you need to know how to draw to be a 3D artist, to be a great 3D artist? No. But will drawing or painting or sculpture make you a better 3D artist? And the answer to that is yes. Now, you might be wondering, that's great, but aren't you working this muscle while you do 3D animation? And the answer is you are, but because it's so technical, it can be a little bit difficult to hone in on those skills and get better at them. When we're doing something more like drawing, it's really forcing me not to get caught up in the complexity of using 3D software or tools. It lets you just practice observing and translating that observation onto the page. And I'm not saying you have to be good even. I'm not saying you have to show anyone your drawings, but if you know that it will make your 3D animation better, I hope this inspires you to at least pick up a pencil and give it a try. And those of you who are 3D artists and do draw, let me know in the comments, have you found this to be true? Is this something that you feel makes your 3D art better? I'm really curious to hear your experience. If you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up button. If you're new to 3D animation and you're interested in learning more about how to do it, I have a free training which you can find below the video about how to make films with Unreal Engine. See you in the next one.